this review, we have the Marvel Legends Werewolf by Night Man-Thing. This is a deluxe Marvel Legends, and I believe this is a partial remold of the original Build-A-Figure from years ago. So we'll be taking a look at this guy and comparing it with the other release to see um, if there's any reuse. So packaging is pretty nice. It is in the square rectangular style packaging. It's got the Werewolf by Night logo on the front. Also on the top. Nothing really special on this side. On this side, we get some nice artwork. And on the bottom, UPC. And on the back, I think this is a representation of the show. It seems like there's a divider line, and I don't know if they're trying to reference the black and white versus the color version of the movie, TV movie. Either way, it looks pretty nice. All right, so that is the outer packaging. He comes with a little legal sheet of paper, blister, and I wouldn't call this a diorama, but it is interesting. Just red backdrop, but with a bunch of speckling, kind of to replicate like film grain and dirt. So yeah, you could use this as a backdrop. The cardboard is not super thick, but it's not thin either. So if you want to, you could use that. And basically, it just comes with the extra set of hands. There's nothing else in the packaging. So let's get them out and take a look at the figure. Okay, so here he is out of the packaging, looking pretty cool. He's got quite a bit of brown elements, especially in the back. I'm surprised they painted this because a lot of times they will not paint stuff on the back just to save money. Um, I do notice that the feet seem to be unpainted. It's probably the only area that seems kind of bare, but there's lots and lots and lots of texture. He does come with kind of a reach out hand on each side, so that's a good touch. The face sculpt is definitely that of the TV show, and there is basically a double dumbbell for the head. So head's got a decent bit of movement there. So rest of the body, he's got disc hinge shoulders. They're a bit restricted because of the sculpting. Bicep swivel, single elbow with a really hard ratchet. Inner wrist bend. He's got a ab crunch in the torso, and he's got waist swivel, uh, dumbbell for the hips, upper thigh swivel, double knee, and he's got rocker and back and forth, which is a little bit limited. He is not pinless, but it doesn't really distract from the figure at all. He's got a lone little yellow there for that little flower that's on his upper trap area. But mostly it's just green I don't even think there's a wash. There does seem to be a wash on the face, but the rest of the body, I think, is getting away with just having this deep, um, deep sculpting to kind of add shadow. It's hard to tell whether it's um, any kind of wash there. And I do notice this kind of cod piece area seems to be separate plastic, but it's glued on. But you can tell the green is a different color, so it's something that's been added on top. So that is pretty much the figure. So we'll take a look at him with the original release. This is a Build-A-Figure. And this guy is kind of floppy. So they've done a little bit to adjust the tolerances. And looking at this, the head is definitely different. The torso is different completely. The abdomen is the same. This centerpiece looks to be the same. The legs down to the knees seem to be the same. But on the comic version, this looks a little bit more like hair-like, you know, like these strands of leaves and whatnot. This guy doesn't. The arms, obviously the shoulder is different, but the bicep is the same. Everything else is different. So this is quite a bit of rework. Um, they may have used the overall structure of the chest to redo this, but I know they do a lot of stuff digitally now, so it's really hard to tell. But from, you know, actual real life example, upper area of the torso is definitely different. Yeah. So if you've got this guy, and again, this is a Build-A-Figure, so you had to buy a bunch of other figures, which in that wave included Blade. Actually, it was almost there's quite a few TV show characters in there too, if I remember. I think Elektra and Punisher were in that wave. So interesting that we got a comic book Man Thing out of it, and now we have a, you know, TV Man Thing um, years later. So definitely glad to finally have this. Big thing though is we need the werewolf from Werewolf by Night. Hopefully they introduce that soon. Maybe they have been holding off because they want to use a new sculpt and maybe it's taking time to develop it. I don't know, but just hoping that they eventually come out with one soon. So that's the review. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you going to get this guy? Did you have this one? Do you feel like there's no need to have two of these? You know, if you got one, one's enough. And as always, tune into more videos coming up. And if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you.